Hey guys, this is Naresh. So in this video, we will learn about the anagram string, and this is one of the questions which is asked in many of the interview of related to Java or Selenium or any interview which you go for automation. So what are anagram strings? So when there are two strings which is provided as an input, we need to compare those strings. If those strings are of same length and of same character, that is called anagram. For example, if I give one string as ARMY and then if I give the another string is MARY. So if you see that the characters number, for example, MARY is of four characters, ARMY is of four characters. Now if you see A also come once, R also come once, M also come once, and Y also come once in these two strings. So these are anagram. But let's say instead on the second string, instead of MARY, it has given something MARYY. So now it is not an anagram string. These are two different strings. So in these two strings, the number of characters and even the characters are very similar. It is just that they are jumble. Some characters are, have been put first and some characters have been put after. So if you see here, A is put before and then A is in the middle here. So that is the only difference. So these are called the anagram string. So there are situations when you have to see what strings are the anagram, and this is one of the question which is asked sometimes. So let's see how we can do that. So here, if you see, I have created a class anagram string, which is a blank class. Nothing is given there. I will write my first program. So it will be public static void main. And instead of inputting the string from the user, right now I'm just giving the string as a constant just to save some time. Otherwise, you can always use a scanner class, which we have used in the previous examples. So right now I'm just giving string and I'm not getting the string from the users, but I'm giving a constant just to save some time. So I will say that MARY, Mary, and then I will give string s2 and it will be ARMY. Okay, I think something was wrong in my keyboard. 1 second. Okay, okay, sorry for that. It's double quotes is always a problem. Okay, so these are the two strings which has been given, and now I need to see how I can compare these strings are anagram or not. There are various way we can do that, but one of the simplest way we can do that by using maps. Okay, so I will create two maps here. So I will say map1 equal to new hash map, and I want this hash map to have a string and a integer. So these are the two things I'm expecting my hash map would be. So it says me to do an alt and enter, so that its related file, its related package can be imported. So you will see that the map package has been imported and even the hash map package has been imported here. Okay. So hashmap is a class which I'm using, and map is this interface which is I'm using right now. So with the same way, I can create one more map here. Okay. So here also I'm creating one more map, and this map will be of a string and an integer. Okay, so basically this map will contains a key value pair, just like we have a property files which can contains a key value pair. The same way we have a map which is inside my memory, and that will have a key value pair. So it can have more than one key value pair or one key value pair. It depends upon how many key value pair are saved. So what I will do, I will convert the string into this map, and then we'll put our logic. So for that, what I will do, I will just create one for loop. So I will say for int I equal to 0, and then I is less than. So I will go up to the length of the string and then I plus plus. Okay, so let's say if my string is of 4 character length, so this for loop will continue 4 times. All these, this loop will uh, rotate 4 times. So what I will do now, as you see, I am going through the length of the string. So what I want to do, I want to read each character from this and I want to save it into the map. So for reading a character from it, I will say s1 dot caret. So caret is one of the method in the string which we can use, and here I can give input as I. So whatever is in the I, see at the first time the I will be 0, so it will read M, then it will read A, then it will read R, then it will read 5, Y. So I am storing that into one character variable. So I will say char and let me give it as a key. Okay, so this is the key. See what I'm doing right now. I am fetching the data from it, and I will store that into the map. Okay, and now here I will put one logic here. See, ultimately how we put data into the map, there is a way through which we can do that. So I will call this map1, and then I have to call this method put. Okay, and here what I need to give the key. So the key is something which I have read. So MARY, M is my key in the first loop. So here I will give key. Okay, and what is the value I am giving? So right now in the first time when I'm reading 1, I will say that 1 has appeared one time. So that's mean M has appeared one time in the Mary. So I will give key as M and I will store that value as 1. Okay, you can store any value also, but I want to see how many characters are there so that I can even count it. For example, let's say right now it's Mary, so all are different characters. So when this loop will go on, what it will do, it will store M with the value 1, it will store A with the value 1, it will store R with the value 1, and then with the Y with the value 1. Okay, but let's assume that there is another character, let's say Mary. Okay, and here also we have something like that. I will say AARMY. So see this, the string is still anagram. Okay, these are two input string is still anagram, but now A has come twice. So what I want, when this situation occurs, when one character is twice, instead of giving 1, I want to increment that number. So how would I do that? So for that I have to put a if condition. Okay, so just before this map dot 1, I will put a if condition, and I will give if map1 dot contains. So if already contains a key. Okay, if my map word is already containing a key, so this is a key. Okay, and key would be, the first key is M, or it can be A depending upon the loop where my loop is right now. Let's assume that my key is A and I am on this third loop. Let's assume this so that we can understand better. Let's assume my loop is going on and now I have reached to A. So what it will do, once I get this third character A, it is comparing if map dot contains key A, if it's already exist, then it don't have to put 1 here, but it has to put 1, and I have to add some increment here. So we already have a in our map, so we don't have to go ahead and put A and 1 again. We just have to use the same key and just need to increment this value. So that's mean there is a counter which I need to see. So I will just give it something like counter equal to counter plus 1. Okay, so I have increment the counter, and I will say map1 dot put, and I will place the same key here, but here I will put a counter here. Okay, right, this is what I want, that when my map already contains that key, it will create the counter, it will increment the counter, and it will put the same key. That's mean it will go to the same key and just increment that number. Instead of 1, I have given counter, but you will notice that I have not defined this counter here. So what is the counter? So initially what I want to do, I want to initialize the counter with the actual value which we have in our map for this key. Okay, so the first time this key would be 1, this A would be 1 in the map, because when it has read this second character MA, A would be stored as 1, and now when I'm reading the A as a third character, what I want, that I want to fetch this number, I want to make a plus 1, and then I want to put it again, so it will be 2. Let's say next time there's again a given here. So what I want, when it reads this a, that is a third a here, it again go ahead is fetch this value. So that value would be 2 next time. So it will fetch this value 2 and it will increase that from 1. So that's mean it will just put a and then value as a 3 here, because my a has appeared third time here. So I still need to get the counter. That counter would be the value of the A. So how would I get the value of the A? So first I will, initialize one counter here. So counter equal to, and I will say new integer. So I'm giving one integer here, and here I will go ahead and fetch the value. So to fetch the value of a map, I will give map1 dot get, and here I will give my key here. Okay, and because it's an integer, I need to typecast it into the integer. And here I will give semicolon. So it seems I'm missing something here, maybe a parenthesis. Let's see. Okay, so there's some problem here. Let me just remove this up. Okay, cast parameter to int. Okay, now it's correct. Yeah. So what I have done, I have get the value into the counter, I have incremented the counter, and now I have given that. See, this is all the basics of how we convert a string into a map, and how if a map already exists for some particular key, how we can increment the counter. Okay, so let's understand this first, because if you are able to understand this, you will be able to complete this program. Okay, so let's understand what we have done here. We have created two strings here. Okay, we have created two maps here. We have created one for loop. In this for loop, we are going from 0 to the length of the string. So that's mean 1 up to the 4 or 5 times it will rotate. Okay, in every rotation we are getting this value. So I'm getting m in the first rotation. Okay, now after getting this value, I'm checking this key, this key which I have got, that is m, whether it is already there in the map or not. So this will see that if it's there in the map or not. If it's not there, it will directly come to this part in the else part actually. So I need to give else here. Okay. Okay, so if my map does not contain this, it will directly go and put here something like m equal to 1. So let's assume that, this is my map and it will say m equal to 1. Okay, now the second loop begins. It will read a here. Now it will see if my map contains a. No, it does not contain. It come here, then it would be a equal to 1. Okay, now again it will read the third value. So third value is also a. Now it will read if the a already exists. Yes, the a exists here. So what it will do, it will go ahead and it will read this a value. When we say map1 dot get key, that is we are giving a here, it will read the a value. It will store 1 into the counter, and now counter equal to counter plus 1. So the counter will be 2, and it will say map1 dot put key and counter. So that's mean it will just go ahead and instead of creating a third row in the map, it will update the same variable with the 2. Okay, now again go to this r variable. So next time it will create r equal to 1. Now again it will read this last variable a, and again this map will read the value. So value is a is 2. So the counter will be 2 plus 1 3. Now it will go ahead and this will update the value of a. So a will be 3. Okay, so see how we have mapped this. M A A R A. So m is equal to 1, a is equal to 3, and r is equal to 1. So this is how my this logic works. Okay, so this is the map which I was talking about. Now the same way we will read this second string also and convert it into one more map. Okay, so right now let me just change it again to the initial one, MARY and ARMY. Okay, and just to make it shorter, what I will do, I will just copy this for loop. Okay, I will create one more for loop here. Okay, and here also for int I equal to 0, instead of s1 dot length I will do s2 dot length I plus plus. And here I will again give char key equal to s2 dot char at I map2 dot contains key integer counter. We are doing the same thing, and then map2 dot put, and then map2 dot put. Okay, the same way we have done the first string and we have converted to map, the second also we are converting to a map. And now what I have to do, I just need to compare these two maps. Okay, so I will say, so what we can do, we can first print it so that we can know what it has, what is the map which we are getting right now. So here is map 2. Okay, and then I can just compare it. I will say if map1 dot equals, okay, dot equals map2, okay, s out, string is anagram, else string is not anagram. Okay, so now we have given this, and now we have a string Mary and army. Let's run this. It says the string is not anagram, a equal to 1, r equal to 1, I equal to 1, and m. Okay, so if you see that, we have some changes. And what are the changes which we have? Okay, okay, so it says it's not anagram, it's not equal. Okay, so something is wrong here. Let me see. Map1 dot string is anagram. It's not going to the if, it's seeing it as the. Okay, so I will take everything small letter. I'm not sure if the capital letter is messing up. Mary Army. Okay, let's run it. See, here everything is perfect. So it says string is anagram. And even if I convert it, like, in the capital letter, because see, in computers, small letters and capital letters does matters, right? Because everything has a different ASCII character. So right now I am saying MARY and ARMY. So here, if I run that, it says string is not anagram. Okay. And let's say instead of this, you can have some more characters like DDDD. Okay. In the second one, and you run it. Okay. Okay, so I think something has been wrong. What? Give me W. Okay, say string is not an anagram. And now D. String is not anagram, so that is the correct output. And now again, if the user give something like this, YRAM, right? YRAM. Now let's see. So it should be anagram. Okay, string is anagram. Okay, so that's mean if the two strings are given by the user, and if the number of character of the each character is the same, which is in the second string, the string is anagram. If anything is changed, even the characters, the number is same, but instead of A I give O, in that case it will treat as not anagram. Okay, so if the characters are getting changed, or if there are more characters like YYM, something like that, so it's a different string, it will say it's not a anagram. So both the characters should have a same character. It should have a same number of characters. It can jumble away from one to left to right or right to left, but it should have a same character in both the strings. So that would be an anagram. Okay, so I think very simple program. Just create strings, create maps, convert a string into a map, and then just put a logic if the character already exists in the map. It will just fetch the value of that key, increment it, and again save it back. That's it. After that, in the end, you just need to compare it. And with the comparison, you will get that the string is anagram or not. All right, so I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.